What if the real meaning of Christmas had nothing to do with religion and everything to do with your soul? What if I told you that Christmas is not just a celebration, but an initiation? That it isn't about gifts or even a birth in time, but a cosmic turning point when the soul of humanity is called to awaken? Rudolf Steiner, one of the clearest voices to ever speak on these mysteries, told us plainly, the festival of Christmas is a festival of the human soul, of the light born in darkness. And that's where we begin, because this isn't about the outer world, it's about the inner one. It's not about tradition, it's about transformation. Every year at the darkest time, when the days are shortest and the nights longest, the earth reaches its point of stillness, and so do we. And it's there in that silence that a light begins to stir. Not a candle, not a star, but something far more sacred, the Christ light. Steiner taught that the true Christmas mystery is this: just as the sun turns at the winter solstice, so too must the soul turn from the outer to the inner and prepare itself as a vessel for the birth of the Christ within. This is not metaphor, this is initiation. It is the moment when the soul, weary from its descent into matter, begins to rise. When the ego, having run its course, surrenders, and the higher I begins to awaken. The Christ, Steiner said, is not a historical figure to worship, but a spiritual presence to realize, a universal force, the Sun Spirit, who entered into the Earth's evolution, not to save us from outside, but to be born within each of us. This is the mystery of Golgotha, the turning point of time. But long before the cross, there was the cradle, and long before the man, there was the event, the descent of the Christ into matter, into earth, into you. So the question is, are you prepared to receive it? Most are not. Most are busy with the surface, the sparkle, the sentiment. They decorate the tree but forget the roots. They sing of the child, but do not hear his voice within their own soul, because the soul must be made ready. Steiner said the soul must become like Mary, empty, silent, and receptive, not passive, but purified, not naive, but inwardly strong, prepared to carry the highest light into the darkest world. He described the soul like the earth itself, going into spiritual winter, withdrawing from the outer sun so that the inner sun can begin to rise. And when it does, a new organ of perception is born, a higher I, a spiritual self, a light that does not come from without, but burns quietly from within. And that is Christmas. The child in the manger is you, not in your lower self, not in your personality, but in your becoming, in your future, in your task to become truly human. You see, Steiner did not speak of belief. He spoke of knowledge, of initiation, of soul development. He taught that the earth itself is a being, evolving, changing, spiritualizing, and that human beings are the key to its transformation. That's why the Christ descended, not as a doctrine, but as a cosmic force to anchor love into the very structure of matter. And that love must now awaken in us. So how do you begin? You turn inward. You become still. You prepare the stable of your heart. You empty it of noise and fear and clutter. And then, in that sacred space, you begin to perceive the flicker of something eternal, a light that does not burn, a voice that does not speak aloud, but it knows you, and it calls you, because this is your task now, to bring the light into the world, to carry the Christ, not in name, but in deed, to think in love, to speak with truth, to act with wisdom. That is Christmas. It is the mystery of the Spirit's descent and the soul's ascent. So if this message has stirred something in you, something ancient, something soft, something strong, do not ignore it. It is not just emotion, it is remembrance. Because you were there in the beginning, in the light, and now it's time to return. Let the child be born. Let your soul awaken. Let Christmas begin, not on the calendar, but in consciousness. And if this message helped you remember who you are, like this video, subscribe to the channel, because you're not just watching content, you're remembering truth, and this is just the beginning.